Hello friends, welcome to Studies in Theatre MOOC course. So are you preparing for that world? Are you preparing for that profession which is the profession of future or not? This is the first thing that you must ask yourself. So be futuristic in your choice. Be very optimistic in your selection. And by the time you have done some kind of training in performance studies or studies in theatre, you will know what is your calling. You know that what is it that interests you. Maybe it's writing that interests you. Maybe it is production aspect that interests you. Maybe it's costume designing that interests you. Maybe it's makeup that interests you. Maybe it's acting that interests you. It can be anything. So in that sense, now that you know it, and if you don't know it, you need to start finding the ways in which you can explore how to find your way around in this field. Find out what is it that you can do with this. And those who have never thought of doing something in theatre, to those students also, I must say that you must start thinking, because the future world is the world of multiple professions. It is not possible for us to exist in just one profession. Sometimes we are not professionally satisfied, but we have a good salary. Sometimes we are professionally satisfied, but we do not have good salary. So it's sometimes not possible to have all the good things from just one profession. You need to find out some time and space in your life where you can adjust to more than one kind of thing that you are doing in your life. And maybe you are doing it just for the sake of your passion, just for the sake of your satisfaction. That is also a very important objective. So keep these things in mind and then prepare for future avenues in theatre and performance. Importance of honing your acting, singing or dancing skills, taking classes and attending workshops for improvement. So after you have done your training, you know a certain field, or you think that you have chosen this field, it is important to go for a proper acting training or proper training. After the training, for example, if you have done this course, you know a lot about theatre and you think that you can do something in theatre. Well, definitely you can do that. But there is something more required. Now that you know what is acting, now that you know what is singing or dancing skills, or maybe you have these skills already, it is important that you hone these skills, that you sharpen these skills. These skills have to be continuously sharpened unless you find a very confident position in your portfolio that I can say this to the world that I am ready for professional ventures. So you have to train, you have to rehearse, you have to give time. This is a very significant thing. By taking classes and attending workshops, we can do this. By doing programs like the present one, you can do this. But your extra bit is also required. Your own action, your own participation is also required in this field. So this is the first thing, continuous skill development. If you are not continuously developing your skill, you cannot choose this field, because this is a field of very, very tough competition. This is a field of innovations. This is a field of creativity. This is a field of daily changes. So you have to continuously develop your skill. Then education is also one method or one route which you can take to fasten your speed of attaining a position professionally, pursuing a degree or formal training in theatre. For example, National School of Drama and Film Training Institute. So these are places, but these are very well known, but you have so many other organizations which are offering actual practical training programs in theatre, in training, and they are good options. But having said that, it's your choice that matters. Your educational background also matters a lot. If you have had certain education like in literature or in humanities, in arts field, maybe that will give you a better understanding of it. But despite that, people who have recently we see come up in script writing, in acting, in production, in so many fields, we see that people who did not think of theatre, but somehow they discovered that they belong to this particular field and they started moving towards this particular field. So it doesn't happen in one day, it doesn't happen overnight, it has to be explored, it has to be a combination of various things. Sometimes you may not need a formal education or a training, you are too good for that, but you need the honing of your skills, you need sharpening of your edges as a person of that field. So this is a combination, there is no prescription for it, there is no formula for it, but it is important to understand that this can be when you think of it as a field of your future, when you want to choose it as a field of your future, you need to seriously work on it, you need to work on it consistently. That is a very crucial thing. Then portfolio building. Portfolio building is a very, very crucial thing for people who want to go into the field of field of performance and field of theatre. Components of a strong portfolio are headshots, videos, and your resume. You have to have a very attractive, very clear-cut, prepared portfolio. You must get it photographed with nicely. You should have some innovations in it. You must depict your own personality in it. Don't just go and copy somebody else's portfolio. Portfolio speaks for your personality. The moment somebody takes your portfolio in his hands, he must understand that you are a different person. So there are certain formulaic patterns of preparing portfolio. You can look at them if they are good, but I advise that you need to also develop your own personality, and by the time you know that you want to do theatre, there will be something in your personality which will inspire you to reject some kind of portfolio and choose some kind of portfolio. So don't just go for something which is trendy, don't just go for something which is very expensive. It's not the guarantee for a good portfolio. You can prepare a good portfolio if you know your personality and you know how you can best represent your personality. So you need to do a lot of research in this. You cannot just straight away go and hire an expensive agency to prepare your portfolio, because generally these are a very corporatized setup where a kind of formula is followed in order to make it appealing. But when hundreds of portfolios of a same kind are visible in the market, then how will it be attracted to somebody? How will your portfolio attract somebody? You need to think about this. And then your presence on websites, your presence on social media, you need to upload the digital portfolios wherever it is suitable. Some agencies are there where they allow the aspirants to upload their portfolios, and you can upload those your portfolio and be aware of it and check check continuously its growth. What kind of response are you getting? This is one option also. Then networking. This is a field of networking. People who have contacts, they benefit a lot. People who quickly make contacts, people who acquire friends easily, they achieve a lot, because this is a field where there is no, it's not like a normal job where you just go and apply and people will call you for interview. You have to reach out with your talent, because your talent is not in your papers. Your talent is in your personality, your talent is in your relationships, your talent is in how you negotiate with people, your talent is in the different situations that you handle. Even as a theatre aspirant, your talent is not visible all the time in your portfolio. It is not visible all the time in just one or two minor roles that you get to do. So you need to continuously display yourself as a person of certain persona, And that persona is visible only when you have places to go, people to talk, conferences to attend, workshops to attend, seminars to attend, where you can speak, where you can express, where you can enhance your vision of the world, your intellectual understanding. If you can continuously do all these things, then when you are doing all these things, it keeps assimilating in your body, in your mind, in your words, in your language, in your voice, all the things that we have discussed in the previous discussion about how to do characters, how to do acting. So that acting becomes rich, that persona becomes rich when you are a person of very wide exposure. You know people of different walks of life, you know people from different parts of the world, you know you have been exposed to different linguistic traditions, different language cultures, different costume cultures, food cultures. So this is a very significant aspect of enriching yourself as an aspirant for theatre in your future. Then you must join some kind of organizations which are working directly with theatre, they are engaged with theatre. Maybe it's some people, there are some agencies which are working with different communities, they require theatre people, they require actors, they require different kinds of people to spread out messages. So these are government agencies, NGOs, schools, colleges, underprivileged societies, cultural committees, cultural agencies, civil societies. These are the agencies which you should keep yourself connected to. Maybe you will get opportunities which are of a very important kind, and these kinds of networking will help you in finding out more and more reliable, more and more relevant sources which you would like to follow in your future, which can give you some good opportunity to apply for. And then auditions and casting calls, monitoring casting calls and audition opportunities. So what is audition, what is casting? Audition is a process of examination, of assessment of an actor, wherein he or she is given a small role, a short role, or maybe a long text or a short text, and he or she is supposed to perform that text in front of the camera or in front of the theatre directors, so that he can get selected for a particular role. So casting calls, this is called as casting calls also. Well, you are called by the casting directors of a certain agency, or directly by a theatre group or by a production house, to come and offer your audition. Now you need to monitor this. Never miss this out. Keep preparing roles which you can very quickly perform in front of the audience, in front of the directors, casting directors, and for while you are in auditioning. So you need to have a lot of preparation for that, because sometimes an actor feels upset that how can an actor be asked to switch on into acting something on the spur of the moment. But you need to do that. There is nothing wrong in it, there is no harm in it. Although this is a creative process, it takes time, you need to adjust organically with the character, all those things are fine. But having said that, I will caution you that never think that this until and unless I have a long association with a certain character's story, etc., because it is the ideal way of knowing a character, how can I perform it? Well, the method for that is, when you know various kinds of people in this world, when you know various kinds of problems in this world, when you are aware of people's pain and sorrows, and you understand how people live their life, how people face failures, how people succeed in their life, how people celebrate, how people take care of each other, from different walks of life, from different professions, for different parts of the world, different geographical locations, different strata of society, then you are ready to adjust within no time to play a character, at least for auditioning. So it is a very significant thing. Monitoring casting calls and audition opportunities does not simply mean that I'm talking of attending the phone calls or answering messages or keeping social media accounts active, but it also means that you need to be ready for auditioning all the time. And once sometimes some auditions are very organized and they provide you some scripts in advance and they ask you to come prepared with it. So that of course is your golden opportunity. You must not leave any stone unturned in preparing that into the best possible of your potential. You must deliver it and be aware of how effectively you can make it happen in front of the casting directors or in front of the auditioning team. So this is a crucial aspect of our discussion. Then versatility and adaptability, which I have been focusing all through my discussion on in this lecture. Being open to various roles and genres, exploring different aspects of theatre. So don't restrict yourself only into one kind of a role. Don't be fussy about the length of the role. Don't be fussy about the genre that you choose to, that I will not do this, I will do this, because it's not about the matter of not having choice, but it's all about making a choice, transforming a choice into an opportunity. If you transform this choice into an opportunity, you can make the best of it. So keep exploring different aspects of theatre. Maybe you thought that you are just an actor, but you could also discover, if you explore, that you are also very good in editing. You are also good in translating scripts. You are good in so many other spheres of theatre, and that's why people who want to seriously give it a try to their seriously want to take up their theatre as a profession, or acting as a profession, or directing as a profession, they generally appoint themselves and align themselves as interns with or assistants of some senior professionals, which is a very helpful thing. So that is also one opportunity, that one method of exploring different aspects of theatre. So be open to roles, genres and different aspects of theatre, whichever you think you can do better, whatever opportunity comes to you. Maybe you did not get an acting opportunity, but you could do something in that production that impacted the entire production value of that particular play, so much so that you became invaluable for them, and maybe later on you could get an acting role also. So that is one way of looking at this particular thing. Then resilience and persistence. So you need to also understand coping with rejection and maintaining a positive attitude, the importance of persistence in the industry. Now, one has to be resilient if really one wants to choose theatre as one's direction, one's calling. You will definitely face rejection if you are there in the situation. It is bound to happen. It's not easy world. It's a competitive world, and it's a world of creativity, and thousands of people are competing with each other, competing with themselves in order to excel. And although there are a lot of opportunities because of acting being required in various spheres, but theatre is still not a very widespread kind of a thing, and theatre is still not a very attractive profession in countries like ours, because we do not have a widespread presence of theatre as a profession in every nook and corner of our country. Big cities, metropolitan cities do have theatre culture, and therefore productions are not too many because they are not required, many a times because they are not supplying theatre demands or have theatre need for theatre productions in every part of the country. So let us hope that if we keep studying theatre, if we keep continuing theatre, then theatre will one day be as popular and will be accessible to all the people in this country, and it will also be such an attractive profession and such a widespread profession that many people will have opportunities to choose it as their life's journey. So understand that this is a very layered cycle. This is a complex cycle. Like if we reject it outrightly that it's an exhaustive field and I don't have any option but to go for something else, then it's the loss of theatre culture also. So we need to sustain theatre culture by continuously trying, be resilient and be persistent about what is happening in our life of theatre, in our journey as of theatre. Don't be disheartened when you don't find options. Do something, keep doing something with theatre, because that will keep you in the loop with the possibilities. And if you cut yourself out, if you just give up, if you don't continue, if you are not persistent, then you will be cut out with the possibilities and opportunities in future as well. So this is a very crucial thing. Then we have financial planning, creating a budget for financial stability, managing income during lean periods. This is an advice to most of the actors or most of the theatre people that I must give, that theatre is many a times not a very lucrative business or a lucrative profession. It needs investment of all kinds. And when sometimes we do get good opportunities, maybe we get good salary or we get a good opportunity in terms of money, but and we think that maybe this will keep happening in future, but that doesn't happen in future again for a long time. So our finances go out. So one must always do a financial planning. That is a very crucial aspect of sustaining our journey with theatre, because many times it's the lack of funds, lack of financial income that stops people from continuing theatre as their profession. And so we need to keep a check and balance of how much we are earning and how much we are spending. Well, that is required for every person in this world. But some have the privilege, some professions have the privilege and security of finances, and some do not. At least in a certain phase of theatre person's life, there may be this kind of insecurity, and for this kind of insecurity, one must be ready to adjust. We need to keep check and balance of what do we have, so that we can continue without harming our prospects, without giving up. We may not have the need to give up at all because we did not have anything else to do. Now, digital presence is a very significant aspect of this discussion, because building an online presence on social media and social and professional platforms. We are generally attracted by social media platforms, and it's a very good way of creating a wave for yourself, creating an awareness for yourself, especially for getting feedback of the audience. Social media is very good. Sometimes you can get trolled, but social media also offers some serious audience, and they do give you very good responses in comments. So it's a very crucial thing, very, very important and almost free business, where you can find feedback and people's attention. Number two, the professional platforms. You must also be visible on professional platforms, not just the social media platforms. What is the meaning of professional platforms? Platforms which are specially made for theatre people to register themselves and to register themselves with agencies and be visible to right kind of people, because in social media everybody and all kinds of people are there, so you have all kinds of feedback and everybody can give you feedback or everybody can respond to you or troll you. But there are some professional platforms where people who are educated in this particular field, or people who pay to come in this field, people who pay to watch, they are there and they will give you a professional feedback, or a very informed kind of feedback will be there, and your visibility there will matter a lot. Then sharing your work and engaging with industry digitally. So you need to exchange your work, share your work, what has been body of your work. Even if it's a small role, you need to be able to talk about it. It is, very important to express in the right way about what you have done. Sometimes we see, people are very talented, they do but wonderful dances, wonderful acting, but they cannot talk about their work. How to talk about your work, how to present it nicely, how to explain it to people, how to signify the right thing in your role, in your work, in your body of work, whether it's a small achievement, whether it's a big achievement, that's immaterial. It's you who signify it. So signify your achievement, signify your body of work in the right way, present it digitally, be accessible to people who matter, then it is going to help you a lot. Continuing education means once you have become established, or once you think that you have completed your formal training, it's important that you continuously update yourself in the trends and technology, and broaden your skills and take additional courses as well, because otherwise we become stagnant if we think that we have only one kind of direction to choose for, and we have only one thing to do in this particular field. So every day in our world, things are changing so fast. Requirements of actors, theatre people are also evolving. So we have to understand these changes, and we have to continuously update ourselves and educate ourselves, train ourselves in order to be more and more useful, more and more full of potential for people who are going to give you opportunities and hire you. Exploring related roles. Other career options within the theatre industry, such as teaching, arts, administration, and technical production. This is a significant thing. You can always keep exploring being a teacher in theatre studies, being a teacher in acting, being a teacher in production, or as an administrator, or technical production. So this is, keep trying. You need to keep doing the roles behind the screen, behind the stage also, of different kind. So it's advisable to do different roles on stage. Don't get stuck up in just one kind of category. Similarly, behind the stage also, keep trying different kinds of roles in theatre culture in order to broaden your horizon, in order to become more and more useful for theatre world. Mentorship, the importance of seeking experienced mentors, and how this is a very important thing. Understand that how mentors can provide guidance and support. If you know this, then mentoring becomes a clear thing for you. Sometimes we have mentors, sometimes we do not have, sometimes we need to find mentors. Mentors do not come on their own, they don't become visible on their own. We need to go about it. It's not simply about a person who will get you opportunities, but the person who can guide you in small things of your profession. Fine aspects, nuances of your acting, of your production, of your script. A person who you can talk to, a person whom you can use as a sounding board, where you can freely express what you feel about something that you are doing, and taking a helpful feedback. So this kind of mentoring is also very advisable. If you do not have someone as a mentor, it is advisable to have one. Then in the conclusion, encouragement for pursuing a successful career in theatre performance from my side for you. Keep doing the good work that you are doing. And the summary of key takeaways for today is that you have to be an innovative person, you have to keep looking for opportunities, you have to be digitally present, you have to learn to prepare a portfolio, you have to be a multitasker, you have to continuously train yourself, pick up new things, and rest is all up to you, how you make the best or the worst of it. So all the best from my side. I wish that many of you will make some use of the discussion that I have presented for you today. I felt that it was much needed for students to encourage that theatre can be a very good option in their life, in their career, as a side career, as an extra career, or something which they can do as mainstream career also. So you can try all the ways and be successful. Thank you very much. That's it for today. See you in the next lecture.